Chicago, Illinois, Denver, Colorado, Seattle, Washington. All great places. Ever dream about traveling to a great city or state? Today, we will meet someone who has fulfilled some of those dreams. She has been to 3 countries and 38 states. Join us as she tells us about her opinion on the importance of traveling and her favorite part about it. The Humanities Communication Arts Department at Norwalk Community College presents The New Directors, the show that introduces you to television's future writers, directors, and personalities. Now to join our host, Brett Wist.
Thank you for joining us on today's edition of The New Directors. All the people involved in this program are students in the television production course. They are directing, switching, controlling audio, operating cameras, and acting as talent for the first time today. The guests you are about to meet are students who, when not on camera, are behind the scenes working hard to bring this program to you with as few mistakes as possible. Each student will write and direct 3 different productions. This program will give them the opportunity to talk about themselves, the productions they are planning, and give you the chance to get to know them and watch their progress. Our guest today is a second semester NCC student in the Film and TV Production course. She is also an avid traveler with 38 states and 3 countries under her belt. She believes in the importance of traveling. We would like you to meet today's guest, Nadia Ayad.
Hi, thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
We know that you have been an avid traveler. What is your opinion on traveling, and what has been your favorite part?
Well, I was raised mostly in Jersey and hit the road when I was 15 years old. I had traveled before, but it was the first time I knew I wasn't going to see my family for a long time. And soon you'll see up on the screen some of the places. The first place I went to was Ohio, and there I landed with a group, mainly teens my age. It was a culture shock at first, but it grew on me. From Ohio, we went to live in both Indiana and Colorado. So right now, this is a picture of Ohio, and Indiana, that's actually the block we lived on. Next will be Colorado, Garden of the Gods. We did a lot of leadership training and traveled to other states to give workshops and do service projects. By the time I left the group, I had been through over 30 states, but I wasn't about to stop there. I joined service groups and internships around the country on my own. The joy of helping people and exploring new places has been immense. Looking back on my travels, I realized that traveling itself wasn't what impacted me the most. It was the people I was with and who I met. It wasn't where I went, but who I was with and what they taught me. It was the things they did, and there were some crazy things, and the impact we made while meeting other people. Somehow, places start to blur, but people don't. They are what made everything worthwhile, and who helped me grow the most. Meeting so many different characters and living in close quarters and working even closer was really challenging. Breaking through, though, we created something incredibly close to an ideal family. This made me a stronger person, and I firmly believe that the school system should encourage traveling. Through it, you get out of your environment and challenged to adapt to new ones. After doing so, you can excel almost anywhere and relate to a wider spectrum of people. It was the hardest thing of my life, but I wouldn't trade my experiences for anything. After traveling so much, it was really difficult to settle down, but I was glad I did. I've been in Connecticut longer than I've been anywhere in the past 5 years, which is something to be proud of. So if you get the chance to go somewhere new, don't miss it.
I surely won't. Could you tell us why you decided to take the TV production courses?
Sure. Well, I've always loved filming. I've never always been that good at it, so that's why I'm here. But I wanted to know how to edit better and how to take better shots. And through learning one editing system, I felt like it would be easier to learn others as well.
What are some of the most useful things you have learned in this course?
Some of the most useful things I learned was how to use close-ups and wide shots adequately and to bring the audience in through those. Another important tool was how much angles affected your audience and what they could see. just by moving a camera a little bit, you could either include something or make it seem as if it weren't even there.
Please tell us about the action sequence, Orange Project, and New England seasonal project that you created.
My first sequence was my action sequence, and in it I learned the importance of the 180 line, which I realized was really important. Having good actors, I realized was actually really important too. I was really grateful for Rob. He really did a good job in repeating the motions over and over. I had a lot of fun doing it. It's quite a good idea. I also learned about clean entrances and exits, which made all the difference. Second was my Orange project. I realized how hard it really is to create a long project through it. I realized it's really important to create a storyboard and to use a shot sheet, and to have actors that can, again, also repeat the same action over and over. And it's always good to shoot something you think you might need. Lastly was my New England project. Through the New England project, I realized that you need a lot more footage than you would think you do to create just the short 3-minute film. I used continuous zoom ins to focus on the object and zoom outs to show the whole picture. I also used the 2/3 rule and points of interest.
Tell us about your best project.
My best project, I think, was my New England project. In it, I used framing, I used close-ups, rack focus. I tried the poor man's dissolve. I used continuous zoom ins and outs. And I tried to pay a lot of attention to detail. So you can see it now on screen.
Wow, looked really great.
Thanks.
You mentioned the variety of things you have learned in this course. What was the most interesting and important skill you learned, and how will you put it to use in the future?
I think one of the most interesting and important tools I learned was cutting in the middle of the action. That way you could cut to a close-up and really get involved in what's going on. I thought close-ups were also really important to show what exactly you're trying to show and to make the audience focus on that. I also think that editing was a really important tool, and I'm really glad that I learned how to use it. And I can't wait to go into the production world and bring my own projects to the scene too.
Sounds good. Today we got to meet someone who shared with us the joy of travel. She has worked hard to share her experiences with us. We would like to thank Nadia Ayad for joining us today. Thank you very much. We hope you enjoyed meeting some of television's future directors, and we hope you will continue to join us each week to watch our progress. Thank you, and have a great day.
This has been The New Directors with your host, Brett West.